Tonight, I want to tell you a story. The heroine of this story, let's call her Lisa. Lisa and her husband were college classmates. After graduation, the two of them squeezed into a shared single-room apartment. Later, they moved to an attic and then finally rented a small apartment on their own until they eventually bought their first home. When they got married in 2011, Lisa didn't ask for any bride price. The only piece of gold she had on her was a necklace weighing 7 grams. 7 grams! Do you know how light 7 grams is? Light enough that even the wind can't carry it away. But she wore that necklace and married him, smiling brighter than anyone else. In 2013, their first child was born. In 2018, their second child arrived. In 2020, for the sake of better schooling for their children and a more comfortable life, they bought a second house. Life finally looked like what she had always hoped for: stable, grounded, and moving upward. In April 2023, in order to earn more money, he changed jobs and went to another town an hour away, only coming home on weekends. Lisa thought, "It's okay, suffering a little is okay, life will get better." What she didn't know was that from that moment on, the gears of fate had already begun to turn in another direction. In December 2023, he secretly signed a house-selling agreement. That house they had worked so hard to buy, he signed it away alone. After signing, he called her into the car and told her, the house has been sold. Why? He said that in 2019, his father had been scammed out of $28,000 in a P2P investment fraud and was devastated. He had no choice but to take out online loans to help his father fill the gap. The debt snowballed with interest to $36,000. He cried bitterly. Lisa believed him. She stood by him as they sold the house, communicating with banks and loan institutions bit by bit to repay the debt. By early February 2024, the final loan was finally paid off. Do you know how painful that process was? Every phone call, every email, every repayment date, she was the one carrying it all. It wasn't that she didn't feel tired or wronged, but she told herself, this is what marriage is, sharing both hardship and happiness. On New Year's Eve, the truth came crashing down like a bucket of ice water poured over her head. His father came over for the holiday, and they argued about the house being sold. As the argument escalated, Lisa finally understood that money had never been for his father at all. He had lost it himself in stock trading. He swore he would change. He handed over his salary, closed all accounts, keeping only one salary card. Every time his salary came in, Lisa would transfer most of it out, leaving him only $200 or $300 for pocket money. She even checked his credit report regularly. Do you think that made things safe? In April 2024, Lisa discovered that he was chatting on WeChat with a beauty clinic labeled as a certain woman's family member. There were photos of that woman on his phone. He said, just helping a colleague. She believed him again. In March 2026, he resigned and prepared to move to a new job. The night before he left, they went out for dinner. While ordering, Lisa saw a message from that woman pop up on his phone. All the chat history had been deleted, leaving only one sentence. "No, I'm wearing a vest," he said again. Just casual chatting. But this time, Lisa didn't let it go. She checked his call records. 10 p.m., 11 p.m., 3 a.m. frequent calls, like needles piercing her heart. He still denied it. He even swore, "If I've done anything to betray you, I will leave with nothing," until Lisa discovered a bank card she didn't know about. She started checking the statements. He panicked, refused to let her look, saying she didn't trust him. Finally, the statements were sent to Lisa's email. He admitted it. That woman since February 2024, right when they had just paid off the debt they had already been together. And those credit reports, all fake. He had someone alter them. Do you know what truly broke Lisa? It wasn't the affair. It was the food delivery orders. During school holidays, their two children stayed home alone. She prepared meals in advance, letting the older one heat them up, or letting them cook noodles or dumplings themselves when ordering takeout. It was just McDonald's or cheap pizza costing a little over $10. But for that woman, Starbucks, expensive milk tea, he'd allow hot pot delivery, cakes, cookies, $2,000 shoes. His blood pressure was as high as 160, yet every time before seeing her, he would buy Depoxidine, risking his life just to please that woman. His medical insurance spending averaged about $100 per month, which he claimed was for medicine and condoms. Borrowing money to please another woman, while letting his own children eat cheap pizza. Even a tiger won't eat its own cubs. At that moment, Lisa finally saw the truth. It wasn't that he had no money. He simply didn't spend it on this family. It wasn't that he didn't know how to care for people. He just didn't want to care for her and the children. At this point, I know many people will ask, why not divorce? Lisa has thought about it many, many times. She is currently at home taking care of the children, earning $9,000 a month. He earns about $20,000. He has just changed jobs and hasn't received his first paycheck yet. There's a mortgage and two children to raise. She brought her mother-in-law to help take care of the children. After weighing everything, not divorcing brings the greatest economic benefit and the least impact on the children. She said, I don't expect him to change. I just hope we can raise the children together like partners. That sentence stayed with me for a long time. Some say she's foolish. Some say she's weak. Some say she's sacrificing herself. But I want to talk about it from another perspective. In psychology, there is a concept called post-traumatic growth. Not everyone can rise from the ruins, but Lisa did. She didn't choose to break down hysterically, didn't expose everything to her parents or children, didn't make any decisions at her most emotional moment. She did one thing: she calculated, not emotional accounts, but survival accounts. With a $9,000 income, a mortgage, and two children, she cannot handle it alone. This is reality. She does not avoid it. She chose not to divorce, not because she forgave him, not because she is soft-hearted, not even because she still loves him. It's because she calculated clearly. Who will bear the cost of divorce? The children. Herself. This family. She doesn't want the children to pay for their father's mistakes. So she made a decision that many feel-good stories would never write. But many women in real life are making, turning marriage into a partnership. This is not compromise. This is the most rational choice a woman makes at her clearest moment. She downgraded him, from husband to partner, from lover to father of the children. She no longer expects his love, his loyalty, or his change. She expects only one thing: the money to arrive. This is an extremely cruel clarity. In the end, Lisa asked me, should I try to recover the money he spent on that woman? Hotels, meals, clothes, takeout, transfers. Should she go after it? I thought about it for a long time. Legally, as marital joint property, she has the right to recover it. Emotionally, recovering it is a statement. But I want to say to her and to all the women in this story, whether you recover that money or not is not the most important battle of your life. The most important battle is, can you take your attention off the person who hurt you and bring it back to yourself? You have already won. You won by staying clear-headed. You won by not drowning in pain. You won by putting your two children first. You won by not turning yourself into someone who only complains. If you have the strength to recover that money, then do it. If the process will hurt you again and drain you again, then let it go, because your time and emotions are worth far more than that money. Lisa said that when she sees that 7-gram necklace, she still feels a moment of trance. That girl who married him with nothing now has become a woman calculating accounts late at night. It's not that she doesn't love anymore. She just turned love into responsibility. I want to say to everyone listening to this story, marriage is never a fairy tale. It is a long exam about human nature. Some get full marks, some cheat, some leave halfway, some grit their teeth and finish the paper. No matter what stage you are in, please remember, you did nothing wrong. You are not the one at fault. You deserve to be treated well. If no one is treating you well right now, then please treat yourself well first. That's the end of tonight's story. I am your late night emotional storyteller. See you tomorrow night. Good night.